Like,
Yeah.
it's boring to me. I want it to be more like people look at it and want to watch it and be like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
Like, my company that I'm at now has like 1,500, 2,000 loan officers. It's huge.
Damn.
And I'm going to this super small company that's got like 150 loan officers. Very, like, only been in business for like 13 years.
Okay.
Small company, wanting to build and wanting to grow and wanting me to help them. And I, in addition to helping their company grow, I'm going to build my business within. Because what I do is, like, I'm a loan officer, right? So I do the loans on houses when people are buying them.
Okay.
So I do the mortgage. And I need to bring in leads, right? What I'm wanting to do is, I don't want to be like any other realtor or loan officer. I don't want to have that kind of content. Like,
Yeah.
it's boring to me. I want it to be more like people look at it and want to watch it and be like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
Like, more like, because you know how like a realtor life is glamorized.
Yeah,
Right? It's like,
for
oh,
sure.
you're a realtor, right? I want to glamorize the loan officer lifestyle.
Okay.
But also make it like, what I really wanted to do was to like create like a short docu-series type vibe at first. But like, I know there's a lot of moving parts with that, so I was like, well, let me start with like creating my own content and kind of building that up more. And like, but I want it to be like lifestyle stuff, so like not like I'm here at 3775 Aloha Street in Montclair. Like, I don't hate that shit. It's so boring. But I want it to be like creative, and I know like a lot of the stuff that you shoot is like docu-series vibe, and I like that.
Yeah.
I like the angles that you have. I like the vibe of it, the feel of it, because it makes you want to watch it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Different things, different like images pop up. Like, you have like a butterfly, a flower. Like,
Yeah.
I just watched some of your. I just watched it.
Thank you.
I reached out to you, but I was like, I want to be creative with it.
Okay.
And I know you're creative, so I was like, let me brainstorm with you and see if we're aligned, to see if we could create something. And I have some marketing dollars I need to use before I leave.
Where are you leaving to?
About this company. Like, if
I was like, are you like leaving LA? I was like, no way.
I have a bank in this company that once I leave, I don't know if they're gonna give it to me anymore.
Oh, I see.
So
Okay.
I'm like, so I have a little bit of marketing money to play with.
Okay.
And if I can throw it back into like my social media.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna meet with this company tomorrow at like noon or something. I have to look at my calendar, but it's called Viral Coaches. I'm just gonna take the call.
Yeah, take the call.
See what it is. They don't shoot the content for you, but they tell you like the setup for your shit to go viral, right?
Yeah.
Because that's my goal. I've never, like, people buy followers. Like, I have 10,000 followers. I don't buy, I have 4,500, okay? I know you don't have 20,000 over here. No offense to anyone who buys them, but I have more views than you do.
Yeah.
Not you. Person over here with 20,000. So I know you bought your leads.
Oh, for sure. If you're not even getting, the ratio doesn't make sense. Like, if you have that many followers, you should have like at least 10% should be sharing your shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I want my shit to be organic.
Yeah.
I want to have 10, 20, 30, 40,000. And there's no reason why I shouldn't, because I look at some of these other loan officers. I have one up because of how I look. I know that I'm blessed in that aspect.
Yeah, you are.
I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Thank you. I know what I'm talking about.
I'm like trying not to. Okay, focus.
So I should be able to like grow organically.
Yeah.
Right? You just need to have the right content.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's where I wanted to see, like, just by me even giving you some of these ideas, like things that maybe you could think of, maybe do some research, see where you think we could align. Because a lot of loan officers, like, I can picture their content in my head.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, I seen it. But also, I just wanted to kind of give you a fun fact. I was a trustee officer for I was considered a loan officer back in the day, but I would help people keep their homes after they already went into foreclosure.
Yeah.
So it was just, I don't know.
That's
but
cool though. That's actually special, because hard when you after you go into foreclosure.
Yeah, I was helping them signing up for programs, but I think it got to the point where, like, just like with anything in your life, that wasn't my path for with what God wanted for me.
You can't be creative within that field.
No, and I had a cubicle, so I was the whole thing. But back to what you were saying. So just to give you a little bit about where I am as a creative, right? So yeah, I built my page, and yeah, I had all these followers. Same thing that you're saying, great. But then I got to the point where these followers were actually supporting. And then there's a big difference between following my shit, liking it, and actually supporting the goal that I have for humanity. Not even just for me. It's to give. You give to get. You give to keep, right?
Right.
So for me, I realized how much that wasn't the route. And so I took a step back and I started to practice and really focus on what it is the purpose of my content is. Like, how am I going to be binge worthy, but with a purpose, right? Because like you were saying, when you had sent that message, I'm like, right, that is already in alignment, because I don't want someone that wants to just be viral off one thing. I want you to be known, but for something that is created through strategy. Now, for 2 years, I've been diving into what it actually means to have a purpose in content, what it actually means to build a strategy, and not be so tied to, like you were saying, the likes, all that stuff, because none of that really matters if they're not actually supporting your external goal and actually pushing your content. So the idea is for them to push it out. So there's 3 different strategies that I follow, and they talk about reverse engineering. So when I got your message, that is what I've been doing with my content, is really, what is the ultimate goal you want? What is it that you want to be known for? How do we need to do that? And then that's how we end up starting and having different pillars. So you have that lifestyle as someone that loves to work out. You have a family. You have a husband. All these other things are pillars that add to who you are as a person. So what I bring and what I am offering is to show different pillars, but also to have them all have a like a through line, something that all connects everything. So there's gonna be content that you could shoot on your phone, but it's gonna be all strategically aligned with the main message. Like for my stuff, my main message is to show up and do it anyway. Your biggest weakness is yourself, your mind, not taking that photo in public, like being afraid that no one's gonna like it, but just do it anyway. And so that's my through line. So all my content is different, but it's all connected to that. With what you were saying earlier about someone wanting to be tuned into you, is what's something that's unmatched, and it's a little bit like, it's different from what, like, even with what I post from what other people post, is creating a series where it's a repeatable series or repeatable formula, something when someone sees that video of your video, they know instantly is you. And it's like something that is a statement, and that's what is going to not only like build a following, but also build people that want to support you and want to be part of the goal. Just like Nike, right? Like Nike's Just Do It. People wear Nike because they can partake in it, right? They buy it and they're like, oh, I could do it. You're gonna, and so it's creating 2 different goals like that. One's that people could partake and be part of and actually contribute, and then your internal goals, what you want as an entrepreneur or someone that's what would your title be?
So I am an entrepreneur. So what I do is I'm technically like a loan originator, but I focus, like right now we're focusing on bringing in other loan officers, recruiting other loan officers.
That's a series. That's amazing. Like that right there would be like, okay, like, so right now what I see is kind of like a like instilling, like, okay, so I'm switching from a big company to a small company. Oh my God, is this the right is this like just the nerves of doing that, and showing the transformation, because you're going for something comfort, and then you're taking that leap of faith to something smaller, but it's something that you feel you need to do, and that's a message, right? Because people stay comfortable because they're afraid, and we're not here on this earth to stay comfortable, right? We're not here to be in fear and act on fear and shit like that. Like, we're here to be like, well, God obviously opened this channel, and I either listen or I just stay in this lane that I know you already hit like this wall, right? So I think those are little stories that we would show, we can show, if this ends up being something that like you see yourself doing. But it would be very much just presenting, like, all the information is with us, and I'm so happy you have your own faith and you believe in that. But it's like that stuff comes from God, right? Like, a lot of my videos, like, I have like these affirmations, and I remind myself to get out of myself to tune in to what it is that I am here to provide. And so, like, with that, it's like that's how the content comes together, is like using that source, but also like being true to who you are, because that's one thing that people can't replicate. And like the channels that you've seen, is it talks about like why do these people, what is so special about what they're doing, and how they're creating this community. And it's because they're being very true to who they are, and they're connected, and they're showing that, and people relate to that genuinity. So that it would be more about finding that, like, trial and error, right? And like with the like, what I usually do is like every 3 months, depending on how many times you want to post, and like coming up with the strategy blueprint, all of that, then we look at the data, see what's working, what's not working, cutting it, changing the intro, changing all these different things. And then you get to this point where you find something that works for you, and then that's a repeatable thing that you could keep for a long time. And it's like with your husband, right? Like, you guys have the same goal for your children, but you guys don't say and have the same conversation every day, right? It's always a different conversation. Same thing with content. It's like you're gonna have the same conversation, but in different ways, but the message is the same. So that's where I am when it comes to like strategy, and really like dissecting and trying and taking those leaps of faith, because some of the things that we don't know if it's gonna work, it ends up working, or it's being prolific, right? Like, a lot of shit's gonna hit, a lot of shit's gonna flop, but you need the flop for the hit, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, exactly.
I need to write that down. You need the flop for the hit.
You do, though. It's true, because you have to just post a bunch of stuff to see what it is that the algorithm will pick up, the people pick up, that gem, so to speak.
Yeah, and that algorithm shit, like, I was just reading about that, and it's like, that's why it's important to build supporters, because the algorithm is always going to be against us. We say one word that's wrong, or we're not on that side, like, I don't like the idea, and correct me if I'm wrong, you being an entrepreneur is also, you don't want someone to be controlling how much you make, what you do, and all that stuff. Like, you want to be able to be like, I'm going to go walk this and get it. But with the algorithm, that's kind of how that's governed, because they're going to be showing certain things at certain times, because it's like a interest media. And that's why I pulled away from like the counts and the followers, because I'm like, I would rather have less but have a community that's actually going to run with me, and then I don't have to depend on the algorithm. If they show it, cool, but ultimately you need the people that support you to show your content, to share it, to do that. That's organic. That's where you're going to build an empire that cannot be destroyed, because you didn't buy followers. You're not pretending to be something you're not. You're actually like just creating based on who you are. And I will say it takes time, but with the right mindset, and just, I mean, you're an entrepreneur, in the beginning, you just have to like keep doing the reps and enjoy the process.
Yeah, so that's exactly, but that's what I'm trying to do, and I know that you and I are aligned when it comes to like mindset and things like that based on the conversations we've had and a lot of the things that you post. And so, and obviously I love supporting another woman because it's girl power. So, but like, what does it look like to you, like on a financial basis? Like, obviously, because depending on obviously how much time you contribute and what all you do, but what do you see it as? My computer's about to die.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking it just depends on like how many times you want to post, and I think for me it's like we would need to get together and actually build the blueprint, which is going to be the reverse engineering and really getting down to like that core, like why you want to do it, and really being very, very clear on the purpose, so that when we have days where we're like, fuck, you know what I mean? We go back to that core and we're like, wait, just keep going. We get that energy from God and all that stuff. So it's like, I do think it just depends on like, yeah, how often we would be shooting, where we would be shooting, where would we be shooting? Where's your new office?
So I'm gonna be remote.
Oh, even better.
So anywhere, I do anything. So like, and obviously some stuff I'll make up because like a lot of the times as a loan officer, I'm literally doing what I'm doing right now. Like I got 2 computers right here. I'm sitting at my table in my living room, or like, you know what I mean? Like a loan officer life, what we do on the day-to-day isn't glamorous, but we host events sometimes, or we'll go to open houses. So we'll have to like kind of make some stuff up to stage it.
Yeah.
To make it look like I'm doing more than what I'm doing, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I don't really do a lot. But that's, you know, that's the joy of content. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing. It's, oh yeah, I agree. And I love that. I love that.
I want it to look glamorous, because when it looks glamorous, other loan officers, and I know I'm genuine, I know what I bring to the table, right? I know the light that I have inside me. Like, God gave me that for a reason. And I just need to create the content to put it out there to attract the right aligned people who want to work on my team, who want to be a part of what I'm building. I know what I can teach them. I've been doing this for 17 years. Like, let me give you the knowledge. Let me teach you the things that I've learned over the past 17 years to help you become better. And I don't want to just better them as loan officers. I want to help people better their lives.
Yeah.
Like my assistant today, I was talking to him. And he's so negative. It's so hard sometimes. But he's been with me for 10 years that I can't just be like, adios. Like, he's been with me forever. But he's so negative. He's like, I hate my long hair. I was like, so cut it. He's like, well, and I'm like, so then don't cut it.
Yeah.
I was like, go look in the mirror and say positive affirmations. Like, go do something to make yourself feel good. Well, I can't look in the mirror and say positive affirmations. And I'm just like, okay. Like, but I want people who are aligned with me. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this positive affirmations. You're right. I want to feel good about myself. I can do this. I can do anything. Like, it's honestly, if you met him, you'd be like, he works with you, because we're not aligned.
I think it's important, like when it comes to business, right? There's no feelings, right? And like I think like I get
hard for me.
I get it, but like you like, especially with just the energy shifts, right? Like for me, like I've let go of people that I love, but it's because like I have to choose myself, and if you're not willing to jump on the same or just be in the same lane, like I cannot choose you and try to save you for because like you don't want to be saved, you know, like J. Cole, like some of them don't want to be saved.
You don't want to be saved.
You know what I mean? And it's like I can't.
I think on this song all the time too. I do, and with him it's different. I don't work hands in hand. I'm not like, we talk every day. We're on the phone. I tell him what to do. It's cool. We keep it moving.
Yeah.
Right?
You don't like soaking it. Yeah.
Like, do what you gotta do. Then sometimes he'll be so negative. I'm like, all right, I gotta go. Like, but,
yeah, and that's maybe you setting those boundaries. I was like, I don't want to hear.
I'm really good at boundaries. Like, I'm like no. So he that's just how he is. But that's not what I want to attract. I want to attract.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Who is your ideal audience? So you want to attract upcoming entrepreneurs, upcoming loan officers?
Yeah, so even people who are already a loan officer. So this is my ideal at loan officer. Somebody who's been a loan officer maybe for a couple years. They generate maybe $5 million to $10 million in loan volume, which is like maybe like $1 million a loan a month. So like in California, it'd be like one loan a month. In other states, it'd be more. But someone who's just doing a couple
Right.
loans a month. In Ohio, that's like five, four
I
or
just
five.
got that.
In California, that's literally one. But that they're like, I just want to know more. How do I get more business? What do I do? I'm at this company. They don't appreciate me. They don't build me up. Like that's my ideal person where I can be like, come to me. I will help you. My team will show you how to do it. We'll build you up. We'll help you increase your loan volume to 20 million and keep growing. Or 50 million. Shit, wherever you want to be, we can help you because we know how to do it. We've done it ourselves.
Yeah.
And I have two other amazing people that I'm partnering with that where I'm like mindset, sales, that's me. They're like training, they're recruiting, they're hitting the phones, they're doing like the paperwork and shit I don't like to do. Like, but for me, it's like mindset.
Yeah.
Like coaching, like motivation, like that's like what I'm passionate about. So like, I want to show that, and I know that I can draw people in with the light that I have in me,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah.
So, but that's one pillar.
Yeah.
Right? Another pillar is people who want to buy a house. People who are like, you know what? She's like, when I go on TikTok, they're like, I like her. She's cool as hell. I want to buy a house from her. So they come to me. So buyers, anyone who wants to buy a house in any capacity, that's another pillar. It's mainly those two pillars, like
Yeah.
and realtors.
Realtors.
The third pillar would be realtors. People who are like-minded, aligned, and they're like, you know what? I want to work with her. I want to send her buyers because she's cool as fuck.
Okay.
So
those are good too. That's a really good one. Like that just reminds me of like with when I have other creatives who send me work. And I'm just like, okay, those are like organic, and that's like that's something that you can't buy, right? And that comes with someone liking you, right? It's
Right.
like if they trust, they like, and then they
know, like, and trust. People buy from people who they know, like, and trust.
So it's like the same concept with content, but putting it in a visual form where it's like, and that's why a lot of my stuff is raw, unpolished, and very natural, because I'm the same way. I go on Instagram and I'm like, I cannot. Half of these people are not real. That is just not.
I know.
You know, and then like cheesy stuff is cute.
I don't want to look old and wrinkly and stuff, so I kind of want to look a little unreal. But I'm gonna be so myself. You know, you get
yeah, I mean, there's. Yeah, like I get it. I mean, you still want to look good. You just don't want to like look like an anime character. Is what I mean.
Right. Those big eyes, like the girls with those filters on TikTok. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a Korean client, and I was like, I cannot alter you anymore because it's just at that point it's a cartoon. Like we're not really. But I think, yeah, I mean, lighting is everything, as you know. Lighting is everything. So as long as you get the lighting right, you know, sunglasses sometimes work too.
Right.
Where you're at. So yeah, I guess it's just I'll be able to like kind of yeah, it's really hard to like say to see to depending on like how many times we're posting. If you're gonna be remote, I would have to like really like kind of put this together on paper and see what it is that I could offer with my schedule, and then I'll be able to provide you with more. I'll give you options too, and then I'm very conservative with my approach too. So it's like being very like taking the time, but also like not like I take time, but I also have time deadlines, right? Like it's not gonna take a month for a video.
Yeah.
You know, like I want it to be very consistent. Like for me, ideally, be once a week. Once we get more rhythm, twice a week. But I did want to also ask, like, what platform? Let me write this. What platforms are you interested in most?
So I mainly do Instagram and TikTok. Even though TikTok's going crazy right now.
What about YouTube?
start doing like my own mini series on YouTube called, like, I was gonna call it like Mortgage Madness, and I want to do it like in a car, and I can like interview realtors, but I can, like, I have my thing. I would just set it up, put the camera
Easy.
there.
That's a pillar.
Yeah, and then I can just click. I don't even know if I would have to edit it. I would try not to. Be like, hey, we're gonna talk for 10 minutes. That's all I want to talk. I don't want to keep it long. Maybe if it's like really good, we'll go 30 minutes. But like, people can't pay attention that long. But yeah, so in YouTube I can make money.
Oh my God. So I'm happy that you said that. So my main, I'm optimizing YouTube first over everything. And then it's Instagram, and then it's TikTok. So Instagram, TikTok, I'm just posting stuff that I know, like I'm like, it's okay, but YouTube is a place because you're able to like make so much more money, and also it's just more organic, and people want to just see the process, right? Because yeah, TikTok is cool, but you're also only attracting TikTok people.
Yeah.
Right? That just.
But I feel like it's like that with YouTube to an extent. Yeah, I know, like, when you do a search, your YouTube videos will pop up first. But like, if you're not like a YouTube scroller, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like people on Instagram, I think it's like that for all the platforms.
Yeah, that's why you need to do all three. I do all three. I do actually 5. So I have my dog has one.
Yeah, you tell me that.
Yeah, I have a TikTok. I have an Instagram. So I'm definitely not just doing one, because with TikTok and Instagram, you could definitely cross promote the same format.
Yeah, and that's what I do. I just post the same thing.
Yeah, just post the same thing. YouTube, I like it because I don't have to necessarily cut it short. So like you were saying, is the like posting. I'm like, okay, let's interview this guy, see what he has to say. You post it. That right there is a video, because I go on YouTube just to watch stuff like that. Like I'll leave something on and just watch it, and like in and out. Even though I come in and out, you're still watching it. But like, fun fact about YouTube is that churches and mass stuff like religion, they make the most money because people just turn on to watch mass and leave it on for 8-10 hours, and they're getting money. So okay. But I'm happy I got most of what it is that I could put together for, and talk to you more about what it is that I could offer.
Awesome. Yeah, let me know. When do you think I can expect to hear back from you?
Today's Wednesday. Maybe by Friday.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have any questions for me? Like anything that you specifically are like, anything, or you could just ask me on Friday.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, no, not really. Not at the moment. Just kind of like what you envision it to be. Like, I'm happy that you've hung out with me a couple times, so you got to see my personality, like, in an outside setting, because that's who I am.
Yeah.
I'm reading the cards and shit. Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Well,
like,
that could also
me.
be like a little thing too. Like you could always
so,
add that.
I mean, doing the podcast, all of that. That's like that's my passion. This is what pays my bills. Until that does, you know what I mean? And then when that is paying the bills,
But that could also be a pillar where it's like every, I don't know, you could do like Thursday readings. Like we're gonna do this after. Like
I'm scared to do that. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm not that good at it.
But that's also why you should do it.
Yeah.
Because people would see the progress. And then you I mean, sometimes disqualifying yourself is a power, because when someone thinks that they know everything, you're like, oh, whatever. But it's like, hey, like I'm learning as I go, and then you will see your own progress. So it's like that's also something that's relatable, because there's a lot of people that I'm sure are like in each one of our shoes, where it's like, oh, I'm not like an expert, but you're not supposed to be an expert. Right. You're supposed to show the process, and then you get to the point. But even then, like, I don't even ever like to say that I ever got it. I'm just tuned in. I'm more close to that frequency of where I should be.
Right. Awesome. Well, thank you. I appreciate you taking the time today and chatting, and I'm interested to see what we can come up with.
Yeah.
I think that we could create some pretty cool stuff.
I'm excited. And then I'll let me know what times work for you on Friday, and then we'll go from there, and we'll just have another call.
Okay, awesome. Sounds good. Thanks, Veronica.
Bye.
Bye.
That was amazing. Woo! Okay. One door closes, right, and another one opens because this is amazing. Holy shit. You know what the funny thing is I don't have not even $1 right now to buy food. And I have this gold coming right now. But yeah, it's just about getting out of your way, right? And really just believing in the process, believing that it is going to happen. Like, this call came out of nowhere. I didn't even know if she liked me. And now I feel so good about this that I'm not even thinking twice about all the rejections that I received this past year and even this past month, right? So that's the power of flowing and just allowing it to go and focusing on where you want to be. Whew. So let's go. Pew pew. Let me just rehearse it one more time with you. So she calls. Okay, thank you for the call. I was, or maybe you act like her and see maybe what some of the rebuttals that she might say. I'm like, okay, well, thank you so much for. I'm glad that we got to hop on a call. I was thinking about our conversation and what it is that I could provide for your brand. Okay. Right. So, okay. So shit. So, I'm like, So, okay, I'm gonna start it again. One more time. Okay. So, hi, Kat. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. Thank you for jumping on a call.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I just wanted to. Yeah. I was just thinking about our conversation and what it is that I could provide for your brand, and so that we could really just be in alignment on your goal for your content journey. Oh shit. Yeah. So the scope of what I could provide would be full production, right? So it's shooting, editing, posting, hook retention, titles, research, data analysis. And yeah, I mean, the thing is, that comes with really just being intentional about the content that we're going to be producing, because like you said, you don't want to just be like everything else you've seen on Instagram or TikTok. We want to do something different. And for us to do something different is we have to think outside the box, and we have to really be strategic on creating a plan and trying different pillars to get to this formula that we could do together. Okay, so I'm thinking around 20. So it would be 2,500. It would be 2,500 for one video that goes on 3 platforms. So it would be YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Okay, so that comes with me being a one-time shop, but also just being on call. So when it comes down to creating content, is having that momentum, but ultimately me being that content partner that you can rely on. So if there's a moment that you have a good idea, you call me and I will be there so that we could shoot it and post it and see what it is that we could put together.
Yeah. Well, I could talk to the company I'm working with, but that might be a little steep for each video. Are you totally locked in at that number?
Well, let me ask you this: what are you comfortable with, and what were you thinking? I was like sweating over here. I was like, oh shit.
Well, I guess I might have to get back to you about it, but I don't know. What about 2,000 a video?
Okay, so For 2000, definitely. I just will not be, I won't be as available. But of
Okay.
course, if I can, I'll be there. But I just
Uh-huh.
will, it won't be I'll just be able to, I would have to, yes, I just have other clients. Um,
Uh-huh.
so I'll still, like, I just would be not as available, but I think that 2000 could be something we could work through.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think like that would probably be better, and we can figure out what works best for you, so you can you know still do what you have to do. But yeah, this sounds really exciting. Like I think this sounds great.
Cool. How do you think, what do you think I need to work on?
Uh, I don't know. I think you were great. I think you hit all the points. I think.
No, está bien, está bien.
And I guess it's like my
Bye.
question would be: would you still be down for if she said 2000? Would you still be down to be on call for her, actually?
I think I definitely would.
Yeah.
I just don't want her to know
Maybe it's
that.
like 2000 is like, okay, let me get back to you kind of vibe. But then if she drops any lower, then it's like okay, that would take away the on call, because I feel like 2500 to 2000 is like still in the range of like, okay, like I think that you could still make it work,
So
like
don't say the on call thing.
I think I would. What'd you say?
Yeah, okay, so then remove the on call thing.
Like still like if I think personally, it's like if she says 2000, it's like, okay, let me just like crunch some numbers and get back to you, basically.
Yeah.
But I think like if you would actually be okay with everything you promised, still doing that for 2000 a video, then I think I would say like to do that. Unless it goes under 2000, if she's like 1800 or whatever, then it's like, then I would tap into that. Okay, that would just remove my on call. I would have to maybe take some other gigs.
Okay. Okay.
What do you think about that?
I think it's good. I think that, okay, so basically anything under 2000, remove the
Yeah.
on call. So when she's like, okay, what
Yeah.
about 2000? And then I just stay quiet. So I'm like, okay. Okay, I can make that work because you live close by. Because she does live in Los Feliz. So I could kind of say, okay, because you live close by. If you live
Yeah.
further, I probably wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
kind of make a joke of it. I was like, you do live in Los Feliz, so I could make that.
Yeah.
I could do that, yeah.
Yeah, I think that seems. Yeah, I think that seems good.
Okay.
Do you feel good about that?
Yeah. And so, yeah, so it's just mainly just knowing that number is a going rate, right? Do you think that she looked up the pricing, or do I just keep talking about what it is that I offer?
I mean, I don't know. I think like it doesn't. It's like that's what your price is.
Oh yeah, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think there's such a wide range where it's like there's people that make like $10,000. It's like there's no like facts.
Oh, I see.
For this, So it's like that's how much it costs for you to make a video because of what you're offering her. It's like,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
you could shoot the video for less, or you could just edit the video for less. But for all these things you're doing, like that takes up all of your time. You can't get another job. Like you won't have time to work on other projects if you're doing all of that for her. So it's like, how much is your time worth? Like how much is it normal for you? It's like just kind of taking stock of like, you have to pay your bills, you have to do all this stuff. It's in order for it to be worth your while, it has to, take over any other money that you could possibly make for the whole month.
Yeah. So, and that would be the mindset, was like, well, that amount is devoting my time to your brand. Like,
Yeah.
I would be able to do that. If I go any lower, I wouldn't be like it. I don't just, my scope of work is full quality. Like I really have,
Yeah.
I'm very intentional with everything that I post. Color grade, palette, like all of that is going to be something that like is not going to be matched. And if you want to do something different and you want to present yourself as a different type of loan officer, then this is what you're going to get with that price. Anything lower, it's just, it's just not something that I can do, because I know how much I give to how much I give in my craft, that's just what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Woo!
Well, because I mean, basically, what this is, I mean, this is a full-time job.
It is.
So it's not like you're just doing one little thing for her, and meanwhile you can do other work. It's like, if you accept this job, this is all you're gonna have time for. So she's basically paying a full-time employee.
Yeah. And this would also be like, so she says, okay, I'll do that, and it's just once a month. How do I push it to where I'm like, okay, so are you gonna want to do one a week, or are you gonna be one? And then at that point, and then she's like, okay, so how many videos are we doing? So I was like, well, if we're doing one a week, it'd be, we could break up it would be, well, just so I know the number, so it's 2,500 times 4 videos, right?
Yeah.
So then I was like, if you want to do one a week, then yeah, we would be at 10,000, and you could do 5 now, 5 later. But she's like, oh, what if I want to start 2? I was like, yeah, we could do 2, but minimum. Would you think it's a good idea to just offer 1 a month? That's kind of insane.
I mean,
it's up to her, I guess, huh?
That's just not enough content. I mean,
yeah.
It's up to her, but it's like, one video a month is not going to make somebody a successful person on the internet. Like, people need it. It's like at least a video a week, for people to like get used to seeing you. A lot of people make more than that,
Yeah. And and then a lot of people too have a full team. Like we don't. This is she wouldn't have to worry about anything. It really, really is a one-stop shop with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Any other words you think I should say, or just you think I'm okay? I sound. Do I stutter too much? Is it just kind of like that? Good.
I think
okay.
You sound great. I think you sound like you know what you're talking about.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the call is in about less than 30 minutes. I'm gonna meditate, eat something really quick, and then I'll definitely keep you posted right after and let you know what happens. I'm excited.
Please.
I will, for sure.
Okay.
All right.
Well, great. Good luck. I'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Shoot. Okay, so pretty much this woman is a production person that does budgeting for brands on YouTube, right? And so this is my first interview I don't know if it's an interview, but this is my first time getting a brand strategist gig with a person that wants to build. Okay, so let me just re-say that. And so I didn't know, and the thing is, it's like I don't know where to gauge my pricing when it comes to building a series for a personal brand, because I am a one-stop shop, right? Because and the thing is, when it and when it comes to pricing, it's hard to gauge on what to really set it as. But if you're a full like production team that does the filming, the editing, the posting, the research, the hook retention, all the scopes, or all the different roles for content, then that's when you start to really think about like a price that is going to really value the time that it's going to take. I mean, to do a video at this like level, it is a lot of time, right? So I'm going to have to commute to her, film, build a blueprint. Well, that's what I wanted to also add was a content strategy day. How do I write that? No, this is where you utilize your contact list, right, of people who are in the industry or have a little bit more experience when it comes to pricing your work as a brand strategist that does filming, editing, posting, data research, hook retention, and really devoting your time to someone else's brand, right? Because I'm building my brand, and I have different clients that are going to be part of like helping me survive and really pay rent and live. So it's being able to know that what you have to offer is a full production in one person, right? If you've done all the legwork as far as learning the different roles, it's gonna make you unmatched, because being a brand strategist isn't just about creating the blueprint or creating a formula that works for your client, but you're also if you did it like me, you would be learning how to film, learning how to edit, learning how to use the tools on these platforms, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and really being able to shine and stand out from people that just know how to do one thing. You know, the more skills that you can add to really use that title, brand strategist, the more you're going to be of value to a person, a company, a brand. Now, I had no idea where to price it. Went on chat. Chat said to do the 3 different packages. But ultimately, when you're creating a series for someone, it is a lot more than... you're always going to be putting a lot more time than what you're going to be getting paid for. But it's also, that's why, like, talking to someone that that's in the industry, and I was lowballing myself and creating packages that weren't going to really show the worth that I offer. So talking to this woman, she said to start high and then also go into all the stuff that I do offer with that price. And it's going to be one video that we post on 3 different platforms. So technically it's 3 videos, right? So it's going to be one video broken up into three. So it's going to be 3 videos. And that's going to be $2,500 for one video broken up into 3 different videos for 3 different platforms. So we're going to make 1 long form, we're going to make 2 short forms. And that's what's going to help hook her, is that it's going to be 1 video broken up into 3 videos for 3 different platforms. So just bring out like how it's going to benefit her or him or they, whatever. It's like making sure that you go in there warm, you go in there with kindness, you go in there with their with them in mind, right? Don't go in there money hungry. Don't go in there thinking about what you want and what you deserve. It's like, if you go in there warm, and if you're actually a brand strategist that like genuinely wants to help companies and brands build, you don't even really need to hear this rant. It's just others that I've seen where it's like, the money always comes when your heart is in the right place, right? So I just need to kind of know where the gauge was, and she helped me out, saying that you start at 25, the lowest you would bring it down is 2,000, and then if she's really, really saying, I don't know about that, the lowest like bare minimum is 1,800. But the one thing is with the 1,800 is that I will not be as available, just because I'm going to be picking up other clients. The 2,500 comes with main client energy, comes with my devotion, your time, all these things. So it's just really getting down to producing content so that she wants. So it's like okay, I'm gonna meditate, and then the call is in about 20 minutes. So I'm gonna film it, but I think I don't want to waste a battery. Hold on. So I'm thinking, where did I lose that core belief that I believe that I am worth it? Oh, shoo! On point, 2:30.
I am a timely woman.
Not yesterday. Yesterday was 2:31.
Oh, well.
Just kidding.
I just did a spray tan too, so don't mind me.
Oh, okay. So she's there. She's doing it. She's doing it.
I'm
Yeah.
getting it internet ready.
Yeah, so am I. Look.
I know you're gonna sun kiss.
So I don't know about you, but I have been thinking a lot about our conversation and what it is, just everything you're saying, and then what it is that the scope of what I could provide to your brand, right? And like really producing something that you had mentioned you haven't seen and you don't want to be like, right? You want to really kind of like stand out. Now, it would be like it definitely would be full production with shooting, editing, posting, hook retention, titles, research. So I definitely go and see people in your industry to see what they're doing, what's working for them, and then still making it to be your signature. And then after usually like a month or so, I look at the analytics and study where people are dropping off. Now that comes to $2,500 for a video broken up into 3 formats. So it'd be one main video, which is long form, and then 2 other videos broken up for Instagram and TikTok.
Okay, so 1 long form, and then can you repeat the last second part?
Yeah, it's and then it's 2 videos broken, 2 videos repurposed from the main one. So we would choose 2 ideas, for example, like for TikTok exposure, and then for Instagram, because each platform is going to have a different audience, right? So we'll be hitting 3 different different audiences with one video that we break up.
Okay. So with the videos that we break up, how much content do you expect for us to get from that?
So, well, it would be total 3 videos. But we still have a lot. Like it would come down to us building the strategy on what it is that the kind of content you want to like aim towards and want to build. So once we spend a couple hours reverse engineering the ultimate goal and knowing what it is that you want to start with and trying different types of pillars, at that point we would have everything is going to be intentional. So it's going to be more like, we know it's going to have the hook, it's going to have the caption, and it's going to have the value and the message. So nothing's going to be like we're winging it. It's going to be all strategic, and it's going to be just based on once we have that blueprint and testing how that works. And then from there, every time we shoot, it'll be, sometimes we're definitely going to have ideas that just pop off. But this part is going to be where I'm going to be more on call for you. So say, for example, you're like, oh, I have an idea, and you live so close that I'm like, okay, I'm available. Let me go over there and shoot it. And so we'll be able to sometimes also, if need be, have something for the next week or however you want to do that. But this is more of like me devoting more of my full time into getting more results so that we know what's going to work, so that we could build that formula. And then from there, know what it is, and then just repeat it.
Okay, so if we do, so it says $2,500 per video broken up into 3 formats. So we'll do 1 long form video that's $2,500, and that gets broken down into how many videos do you think that would take? Like how many?
Well, 2.
I know it's hard. Oh, 2, but 2. So the long form would create the long form and then 2 short form. Okay.
So the long form is going to be one message, one intentional value that you want to provide, right? One lifestyle, and then we would break that up to hit different markets and see what works for either TikTok or Instagram, or I don't know if you're even interested in LinkedIn, but LinkedIn's another good one too.
I know, just to throw it.
But we could
really
still
study the analytics of it, but I would just throw it there.
I mean, the thing is, the format is going to work for all 3.
Yeah.
So it would just be about, like, even if, say, for example, like the long form is going to be, say, one message, and then within that long form video, I show you that long form, and then you're like, hey, I actually like this part, and I like this part, and I like this part. So there's going to be times where we can just put like a clip that's 10 seconds that has really good juice. and then that's just something we put in. So it's just a matter of just making sure that at least we have 3 videos that we're pushing out. If we see other content within that long form that we could just pull and then just post it, by all means we could post it. But the YouTube is something that I want to post for you, because I don't think you have a YouTube yet, right?
I do.
Oh,
I
perfect. Well, then in that case, I mean, it's up to you. I don't mind posting on YouTube, or if you want to, or what were you thinking about that far? Like, are you going to want to post the stuff or for YouTube and TikTok and all that stuff?
It depends on how much I'm creating, right? So like right now I do all my own shooting, editing, posting. I do everything myself. Which is why it's not super consistent, because I get busy. But so I already do that on my own. So for so I'm thinking, because I think 2,500 per video in 3 format. I feel like that's kind of steep.
Okay.
Not gonna lie.
Where you were a little bit more comfortable with, or where are you thinking?
So I was paying a guy, like, I think it was like $1,500 a month for X amount of months. I shot the content. I sent it to him. He edited it. He, chopped it up. It was all right. But it was like what everyone else is doing, you know? And it just took that off my plate.
Yeah.
So that I could just be consistently posting. So how long do you think the long form video would be, content-wise?
Well, for YouTube, the longer the better, right? I think for me, I would start anywhere from 15 to 25 minutes. Because I mean, like, if you look at it as more of a series, right? So if you're looking to do something different and break out of what everyone else is doing, this is more being strategic. This is more building a story. This is more of a longer game to build your brand, because your brand is you. Is your personality, it's your lifestyle, and we're going to be able to still add everything. So even 15 minutes does sound long, but I could just add, those, I saw on your page, like even things that you do as a mother, the affirmations, with your kids, showing them things like that, because then you're not just hitting, you're also hitting like mothers and parents who are in the industry and can still be a part of their kids and still have a full-time job, but like learning how to balance it. So there's so many different values that we could put into 15 minutes, which it sounds like a lot because you're used to Instagram, we're used to TikTok, but we're talking about the big game, right? YouTube is the bigger game. It's more of the retirement plan. It's something that when I create that formula for you, you're able to know exactly how to hook, what's working, and have a signature. So yeah, actually let me explain to you what the strategy is going to really entail. It's not just posting random stuff. It's going to be you having like something that you say that's repeatable. You're going to have a color palette, titles. You're going to have something that is very repeatable. And I'm going to send you 3 videos that talk about that. And right now the biggest thing is to turn it into a series. So what you're doing normally, let's close this because of course a big truck just goes next to me. But what you're doing already is fine. Like, you're still going to be able to do that, but this is going to be on an extra extension. Kind of like one of my favorite like creators that does really good, and I think Angel has mentioned it before, is whoever Kim Kardashian's videographer is. Do you see how she shows her aesthetic and she has story? So she shows different formats. So, but ours, what I would think, if this is something that you're interested in doing, is really focusing on like your personality, but also encompassing how you're going to be of value to someone, like to watch you as a TV show. And you don't have to worry about anything. I know that you had mentioned the other guy, so I'm just thinking like what other price you would feel more comfortable with if you think 2,500 is a little bit too high.
Okay, because what I'm thinking is like, if I'm like, okay, so we shoot, I mean, I'm just trying to think of how much content am I going to get out. And I know you said it, obviously we could take a 10. It's hard to say because it's really going to depend on what the content's about. You know what I mean? To like,
once we do the strategy. Yeah.
So my thing is like, well, what if we shoot it and we only get like 4 pieces or 5 pieces of content, and like, damn, 5 posts for 2,500. That's where I'm thinking, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's where I'm
for
trying
sure.
to like relate back to. And that's where I'm like, that would be a lot. But then if we're like, oh shit, we got 30 pieces of content, then it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
so that's where the tricky part comes into play when we're like breaking it up like that.
Yeah. So the thing is with which I understand that, because then it's like, okay, like 30 pieces of content, so then you're talking about maybe 15 pieces just being random like lottery tickets, right? Where it's like you're posting those pieces and hoping that maybe one of them's gonna hit, versus like
yeah, and I know they're not all gonna hit. I know, I'm very well aware of how the algorithm works. My thing, because I need filler content, you always have to be posting, you know what I mean? So whether you're posting 5 days a week, 3 days a week, you know, there's all these different, the algorithm does this, you know, who knows what's really real. But my thing is like, am I gonna have, we got 1 week worth of content for $2,500? Now that's steep. Right?
Yeah.
But if I can get 3 weeks to a month's worth of content for $2,500, I can justify that.
But the thing with that is that's not going to be like story based. That's not going to really be. That's going to be like what everyone else is doing, right? Because everyone else is focused on quantity over quality.
Quality, yeah.
So
then if we're having the series, right? Okay, so let's break it down into a series, right? And let's say we do 1 month of content, posting 1 good ass post a week, right?
Well, 3 would be 3, but technically 3. Because you'd be
the big video and then the smaller video.
Because the 2 smaller ones are going to still be hitting different markets. So you're still hitting 3 different markets. It's 1 big long video, and then that's broken up into 2 other videos. So you're not just, so we're increasing our odds. But what we're gonna create is gonna be intentional. And like I said, when I show you, so I'll show you like the long form. And then if you're like, hey, I actually just like this one piece, I will pull that piece out, send it to you right away. So you could still have like an extra piece that you want to put like a caption on and stuff like that. That's still stuff that you could do. But what I'm saying is that with what I'm going to produce is going to be strategic on building that formula and trying to figure out what works with it. Because I'm still going to send you the timeline of the bigger one. And if you want to cut pieces out of that, you're still able to take pieces out and use that to repurpose it in a different way. So you're still going to have content. It's just going to be more focused on what it is that we're going to create as far as like the narrative of the series.
Okay, and then if we're doing the long form, wouldn't we want the shorter ones like to kind of cliffhang sometimes so that they want to go back and watch the long form?
That's the point.
Okay.
That's the whole point. The whole point is for them to find you, is for you to build on all 3 platforms. So they're in a sense, they're like cliffhangers, teasers, because ultimately the money is going to be in YouTube. That's where the money is.
Well, the money also is from me getting in loans. Like if I can pull in a couple loans, that's a couple $1,000.
Yeah.
Then that's a way I can continue to keep paying for it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's ultimately the goal, is if we can bring in loan officers or realtors or buyers or homeowners, that's gonna also give me a return.
And so thinking about that, like we could spend a time where we would go to these businesses. I'm not sure, but like we build those connections. Like you have connections in your industry, right? Where we would go and collaborate with some of these people and just say, hey, like let's collaborate on this video, and then that's how you could gain clients, and then like be able to kind of create a community, because it is about, like we were saying, about people that are going to support your goal and want to refer you. Because the hardest thing that it's hard to see is getting that referral, is getting those people to having the content actually be worth your money. Right, because you're just posting videos, and definitely you could just do it on your own. but this is where we're going to be thinking outside the box. I'm going to be like your content partner, where it's like, okay, let's try this. Let's see how this happened. Or, you know, right now I'm working with this leather company, and this guy, he didn't have time to take some of the pieces to his warehouse. His warehouse is 2 blocks. Didn't have time. So me and this guy was like, okay, well, our lunch isn't here. So we charged them $80 just to go over there. And this guy throws like really big event. And he was like, oh my God, thank you so much. He's like, let me know how I can help you. Or, you know, like just so grateful. And that is a referral. So it's like even spending time to figure out ways where we could build your brand to where we're not just expecting people to just come to the page. We're gonna go out to them and say, hey, like, you know, like we're trying to paint this picture. I'm like, how can we work together? How can we build these referrals? And really, like, not just expecting it to happen, like showing the process of going and do that. And trust me, we're gonna always have something to push out. It's just hard to see it because of the numbers, or because of not being able to have like the strategy in plan yet. But is there like a number that you feel a little bit more comfortable with over 25?
So 25 is comfortable if I'm getting enough content to make it feel like it's worthwhile.
Which is 30 pieces.
You know, like a month. Like that's kind of how, because I was paying a dude $1,500.
Yeah, but his content.
I mean, the content was good. I
Okay.
mean, that's my first 1 million views came from him.
Oh shit. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it was the stupidest piece of content ever. Literally.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but then okay, let's talk about that. But then how many clients did you get from that?
I didn't get it. I don't know, because I got followers from it, right? I got comments from it, which ultimately puts out my name so that people recognize it. It's brand awareness. That's what social media is for, is brand awareness. So when a realtor is scrolling, they're like, oh shit, Kat. Like I posted something about like investment properties, and an hour later I had a realtor hit me up, Kat, I was just talking about this with my client. Can you do this? I saw your post. I'm like, yep, I got you. What do you need? So that's how it works. It keeps me top of mind so that people think home buying, they think of me.
Yeah.
Because that's mainly what the point is, right? So it builds my credibility. It gets them to like me. It gets them to relate to me. It gets people want to buy from people who they know, like, and trust, right?
Yeah.
When they see me on there, they're like, oh, I know Kat. They feel like they really do know me, which is part of the strategy of this, right? That's part of that, me wanting to do this type of like series vibe. But like, I want them to, I know direct posts don't necessarily correlate to one loan, but like, I went on TikTok. If you look at my Cat Loans TikTok, one of my pinned things is literally a video. I'm not in it. It's a video scanning like a view with words on the screen talking about how you can buy a house with no money down on a USDA loan in the country. I get so many people. I probably had 50 people reach out to me about that.
Mm-hmm.
Have any of them converted to a loan? Maybe not necessarily that type of loan, but like it's converted to, you know what I mean? A lead. One lead. Even I had 54 leads come in when I was going live on TikTok from June.
Oh, live is another thing. Live is another thing.
I know. I just fucking hate it. I loved it for a while, but then people are so negative. It literally drains your energy with their negativity. Like they'll get on there and be like, are you trans? Are you, you're married to a black guy? Oh, you're like, it's literally disgusting how many people come on there and say like.
And this is TikTok or Instagram?
TikTok.
Oh yeah.
I love Instagram Live because Instagram Live is mainly to the people, unless they changed it, but it's really the only people that follow you, right? I don't like that part. I wish it was everybody. I wish it would just throw it out there like on an FYP.
But then at that point, you're not getting those weirdos saying shit.
Yeah, you're right, but then you only get 5 people. Because people who know you don't usually support you. You know that.
It's crazy.
It's ridiculous. It's like a stupid game. It's like, oh, we're friends, but I'm not going to like your post. But this girl I randomly met at the gym is liking my post. You know what I mean? But that's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to get these other strangers to support me because the people who you know don't necessarily support you, which is so fucking stupid.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think there's just something that goes with it, which is I don't know why. I don't know why. So let's talk about this. So like, I mean, this is gonna like also like when with this. Oh, what for your like. So for the formats, are you wanting them to stay vertical on Instagram, or are you still gonna want them?
So on Instagram, I know that's the hard part when you break up your content. Yeah, because in Instagram, that's where how they're gonna watch it. If it's sideways, they're like.
Is that what you do?
On Instagram.
Yeah.
On TikTok, once in a while, because TikTok has kind of converted to be somewhat like YouTube. They're competing with YouTube. So you can turn it sideways and watch. Okay, so there's these people. Have you heard of Dana and the Wolf?
I feel like they sound familiar, but remind me, like, what exactly?
So they're like a polyamorous couple on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and everything. And they have short videos. It's like they make, and each one's like a new scene. And it pulls you in. I think he's like a writer. I know they're artists of some sort. They live in Silver Lake because I've seen them post. But it's such like interesting obviously because they're poly, it makes it interesting too.
I think writing, yeah.
But like the fact of what I really like about it and what I have thought about mimicking at some point, but I'm not like a writer and producer and all that shit. But what they do is they literally make these short. They'll probably record maybe like a 15-minute segment and they'll chop it up into small bits. And you're like, oh shit, I gotta wait for the next video to drop tomorrow. And then it'll drop the next day or a couple hours later and you can finish watching that scene. Or like, but it's literally like this long ass storyline. Like,
why don't we do something like that?
I mean, I've thought about doing something like that, but it's like I gotta have other people. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I mean, you have your family.
Yeah, but like trying to do it like within relatable with like I would need like a fake client because of privacy shit, you know. I would need like realtor, and I have a couple realtors who would do it. One of the people, especially out here, there's a lot of people in the industry, so it's easier to get people to do that. But like I try to find them. It's Dana and the Wolf. I'll text it to you. Mm-hmm. Put it in my notes. But it's really interesting. Like their whole story, like they're a couple. They have a roommate come live with them. Like, and I think they're actors too. But it's like interesting. It's like really, it's the way that they shoot it is just it's cool.
But I also think that everyone, like if you look at your day to day, you have things that you could be like, this is something I could be like turning into a story. There's stories everywhere.
I know, but like when my kids are in school, my day is literally make breakfast, get them ready for school, go to drop them off, go to the gym, come home, shower, get on my computer. I'm sitting here for 2 hours, go back to school, pick them up, come home, make dinner, play the video game, go to bed. Like that's typically my routine with my kids. Obviously, I'm going to get a nanny eventually one day, but like I gotta make more money to be a nanny, so that's, that's why I thought about that, but I'm like, my day is really not that exciting. Like, I went to a showing today, I went and looked at a house with my friend, like, that was cool,
I feel like we can make it exciting, though, because I don't know if, like, that poly, like, it's scripted.
It is. It's
right, there's no way that, like, if, it's just...
they're actors.
But yeah.
They're probably making a lot of money on YouTube.
Fuck yeah, YouTube. Oh. I was just watching this video of this guy per video. He makes like $1,000.
How many views does he get though?
He gets like it could be. I think it's like over 100,000. But it's just it's just him, and that's why I'm like, it's you just being in your own life. It's you just kind of having these conversations that people can relate to. And not telling them, but just talking to the camera like you're talking to them. right? Like just like, oh my god, like there was one, like I just thought of this movie. It's called This Is Over 40, and this guy, like, he hides in the bathroom to just play on his iPad, you know, and he's just like pretending to go to the restroom, but he's really not. He just wants to stay away from all the kids for just 10 minutes. That he has to pretend that he's in the bathroom. So it's like, but that was all scripted. I mean, sure, that happens, but I think ultimately, like, we would create, well, the whole thing is the narrative arc is going to be, it's gonna keep the content, it's gonna keep it organized so that we're not just shooting random shit. We know exactly what message we're giving out, so that when we're posting, we could add, okay, so you're gonna be able to add other smaller arcs. Do you understand what I mean by narrative arc?
No.
Okay, so a narrative arc is like the change in a story. So when something happens, this happens. Like, say for example, you got up to make your kids food, but then you realize you had no eggs. And then you're like, oh, I have 10 minutes, so let me run to the store really quick. Oh no, I don't have gas, or I don't know. But let me just get Grubhub. You know what I mean? Let me just get Grubhub, and you count the times, and I'm like, Grubhub, or whatever the service is. Okay, got here on time. Okay, the eggs came. That's one problem we solved. So it's like having these little problems, we solve them, and then the ultimate, and it all leads to the ultimate thing. It's like, even though I have 2 kids and a husband, I could still manage a full-time job and still partake and be part of my kids' life, my husband's life, date night. So it's like also being able to show that there's no excuse to not make time for things that you love, and to learn how to be present. And it's like, yeah, we're in our head about, oh, we can't do this, but you can. You just have to break it up in pieces, and that could be the narrative arc where you show people like, hey, I'm a busy, like you told me your whole day, but we would just add problems. Like, I'm busy, but I always make time for the little things. I always make time to say, hey, how was your day? Or you talk to your daughter, what did you learn today? And that would be the value that you're showing people, that to not sacrifice their children or their husband time for work. Because people could be workaholics, and that's why there's so much divorce rates or things that don't happen, because they don't devote themselves to their family, because they're so eager on this on work. But it's like, there's always going to be work. You're always going to be working. You're never going to be completely done. You're never going to finish. Like, there's no cap to work. So it's like, that could be the premise of where it's like, so, and then your message, so just calm, or I don't know how your language is, but it's like, so that is what we're doing. We're learning how to be present and not think about the future, not think about the past, and just being able to know that you can manage your time. I don't know. That's a fucking strong message.
Yeah.
That's a strong message. Because then we're not posting random shit.
When you're breaking it through the process of that, like, it makes me think of loans. It's like, okay, so I want to run this loan, FHA, but I can't because they have student loans, and now I have to do this calculation, and now that doesn't work. But that's literally how loans are. That's how a loan officer has to think. Is like, okay, you know what? I'm going to go Fannie Mae. Fuck, I can't go Fannie because I need to use income-based repayment on this student loan, which is only going to be Freddie, or it's only going to be...
Don't see? See, you already have, if you look at your day, even when we get off this call, you look at your day, there's always something that it's always something that you have to overcome during your day to get to the ultimate day. Like, what would be your ultimate day, like today? Like, what is the one thing that you want to get done, or that like is going to say, oh, I did something today? Even also promoting that you did something. Some people give themselves such a hard thing.
For me, it would be like, if I do a pre-approval that actually works and it's legit, or I get a contract, that's a victory. So that would be my, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so then if we're breaking it down, so say we do a series and we have 5 big videos, 5,000, 10,000. That's a lot. That's where it gets to be like, oh my god, it's $13,000. You know what I'm saying?
Well, so just tell me. Okay, then just tell me. Then just tell me a price that you're comfortable with.
I mean,
shoot your shot.
I do that because like, I don't know how. Because I have money, right? So what I would do is, even ahead of time, I would have you give me an invoice. I will pull the money out of because I can't pull it out myself. I have to go through a whole fucking process, which is another reason why I'm leaving this company. And then that way I would just like, I would have you write it higher than what it is, and then I would set it aside, and then that way I have money to pull when we need it. But I'm down to pay because I know people are like, oh, I want a discount. Your time is valuable. I know this is like your fucking job and your livelihood, so I get that, and I want to make sure you're compensated. I just want to make sure that I'm getting my money's worth. This is my job too.
I will, oh, for sure, and I will tell you that I'm gonna devote my time, all my expertise to building your brand. Like you're going to be main client energy. And especially since you live close.
I know, we're like so close.
Yeah, I'm not looking at this as like, I'm not looking at this as content. I'm looking at this as building a support system that you could have that's going to be with you forever. This is a repeatable, like, strategy that a lot of people online are so focused on pushing content out, but it's like it's not gonna land. If the more intentional you are, the more you're gonna be attracting the people that actually support you, that actually are gonna give you referrals. We're not here, personally, I'm not here to be a slave to the algorithm, because the algorithm is always gonna favor one or the other. We use the algorithm to gain exposure, but we need to use the content to be to lift us into building that community. Because ultimately, with the algorithm, it's always changing. So it's never gonna, if we base all on algorithm and going viral, those aren't things that are really tangible, because trends change. And again, throwing trend stuff out there is still good, but that's not stuff filler. It's a filler stuff, but this is going to be more towards like big boss, like when people in your industry start to see that when this type of content, it's not going to be something that they could replicate without having someone that is going to be devoted to their brand.
Without someone like you. Right? No, I understand that.
It's a completely different game. It's literally like it's like YouTube and TikTok. Like, they're both really good platforms, but we're talking about Instagram being like the hardest to do because it's the most work to do, but it gives you the long-term retirement of when you get to this point, you don't have to worry about shit. You just post and you already have the community, people that follow you, that it doesn't even matter because you've already had that signature. You already know what's working. So it's more about just like having that repeatable thing where it's like you're making money sleeping. And that's what we're here doing. We're not here to just post. We're here to be intentional and to create something that people are going to be like, what the fuck is this? Yeah. Like, she's creating a TV series.
And that's what I want. Like, ultimately,
series, bro.
I want it to be like a reality show. So actually, I pitched this to another company to see if they would be open to letting me do it. And they were like, yeah, we're open to like whatever you want to do. And now this company I'm going to, literally whatever the fuck I want to do, they're literally like, Kat, whatever. Like, we literally don't give a fuck what you do. We don't care. Just do it. We trust you, which I love, which means if I want to do a show, they'll let me. And I met with my friend who's a producer. She's one of the producers on Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. And she's been on, like, she's done everything. And she was like, are you sure that you want this? Because she's thinking like toxic drama. I don't want that. I want like HGTV, family-friendly drama. right? Where like, oh my God, they just showed up to this closing in a BMW with brand new plates. You can't buy a car the day of closing, or like, you know, the wife is like, look, he financed my new ring, and we're at closing. Like, wait a second, what? He financed your new ring? It's like things like that that are like innocent, but not like selling sunset meets like flip or flop.
Yeah.
Show. You know what I mean?
And you know, and
Like,
that's the thing. Oh my God, those shows.
They make so much fucking money.
But here's the thing: is that once you build, so what this strategy does, right, is it's gonna, like, I'm gonna send you these videos. You watch this woman. It's gonna, you're already gonna have the formula, and you're already gonna have a foundation, so that if in the future you did want to produce it and go to like a bigger production, you're already gonna have a following, and you're already gonna have like statement pieces, statement quotes, like the one that I'm telling you, like, she, every time that she finishes a video, she's like, break a leg. And it's like her thing. And then in the start of her video, she has a certain move. And it's like, when you think about, like, say for example, what was your favorite show growing up?
I don't know, like,
say it.
Like Full House or
Friends
or some shit. Yeah.
So it's like, but it had the same intro. And it's just the meat and potatoes was always different, but you knew that when you watched that show, you were gonna get entertained. They was always gonna start with the same thing, that red door, right? And it's always gonna have the same characters. It's gonna have the same attitude. So you want to have something that we like. We like to know that we're gonna at least get entertained, but also that you're gonna show up as the same person. And that's why content right now, the hardest thing, and I promise you, in like the almost like 4, almost 5 years that I've been doing content, the hardest thing that I've been able to see that a lot of creators and clients that I have is that being authentic is actually hard for people to do, because they don't know how to be themselves, because they're thinking they have to portray something different online. But it's not. It's actually being very yourself and unpolished but polished, because you still want to look good. But it's just being able to like be in your truth, because then people naturally connect to that. They naturally do. And it's like with the series, is you're going to be able to show that in a different element, where like it's gonna be whatever you want. Like, you're the director, this is your show, and we're gonna be able to put it together. And this woman that I met up with yesterday, she produces YouTube series, so I like picked her brain, and she's like, in the future, YouTube and a lot of the social media platforms are gonna eventually get rid of cable, like TV, because nobody has cable really.
I don't even have cable.
Nobody. Everyone streams. Everyone watches shows. They buy stars, stuff like that. So just imagine that that's going to be on a new level for people like you, because you're going to be selling your brand. Your brand is your personality. It's your the more personal, the more creative. You're going to be able to sell you as your own brand, that when it starts to shift. And she told me this yesterday. She's like, it's going to shift so much that these like they're not going to be able to compete with creators, because we're shooting raw, authentic, and we're also doing we're full production in 2 people really. Because I do a lot of story. I have people that I call. I'm like, hey, can you go through the story and see what I'm missing? I practice story. I tell myself stories in my car, and building that structure and knowing what it is that it's gonna work. So it's like, when you do that for your own brand, that's unmatched. Yeah. Versus they have to hire actors to be in these shows. You're not gonna. This is your all their earnings that you get from what you get from YouTube and Instagram. That's all gonna be your earnings. Brands are gonna come to you. Hey, wear this shirt. Wear these earrings. Like, I have creator friends who are killing it, and they started YouTube like 5 years ago, and then they're just like, yeah, like they don't even have, they get like money just for playing video games. You know, like, you know what I mean? And that's a thing. You can so on my YouTube, I'm getting like anywhere from like 5 to 6 a month. But I'm posting 2 to, like, I'm posting 3 different pillars. So it's one of me just filming, or excuse me, of editing. So it's background stuff. Other one is me interacting, walking, telling stories. And another one is me just kind of like ranting about what it is to live this life as an entrepreneur and believing in this blind faith. And that shit got me like 10 followers because people need to hear that. They need to hear, like you were saying yesterday or the other day, and I thought about it. She's like, oh, I'm not that good with the cards. That is a perfect place to start, because there's going to be a lot of people that think that, and you're going to be like, hey, I'm not that good, but let's just get better together. So nope, still haven't heard from her. The last text was about 2 weeks ago, saying that she hasn't forgotten about me, and that she's just ironing out the tax logistics of the contract, yada yada. I mean, ultimately, the biggest thing that you'll learn when you set your value, when you go against your self-doubt and you use your resources like I did, is that now what I'm taking from this experience is not just the booking, if she either follows through or not, is the fact that now I know a set price that I'm going to be using when I get other clients, right? Because I was so scared to just say the price that I know that I'm worth when you're like a full production in one person, right? Because when you know how to film, when you know how to edit, you know how to post, you know how to read trends, you know how to storytell, that's 5 different roles that you are. So what I'm walking away from this situation is now I have that confidence to channel the inner white guy in me, which I know it's funny, but that's what that production budget manager told me to do, is like channel that, because they do make deals, they do get it, because they know their value whether you see it or not, and then that confidence transpires, if that's the right word, to whoever you're talking to. And that's how I landed this deal. Whether she follows through or not in my control, but the fact that I know now where my set value is. And so when you are stuck in the situation, so when you're in a situation where they're asking you for your price to be a full production in one person, just say, hey, give me a few days to put this together, and I'll reach back out to you. Then you find whoever you know that's in the industry and play with numbers and see where it is that you feel fit. So I'll keep you tuned in on what ends up happening with this, but at this point I'll follow up, and I think she's gonna follow through. I mean, it just takes time to make that commitment. And let me know, do you think she's going to follow through or just completely ghost? Anyway, we keep going and we keep going. So let's go. Pew pew.